It's the end of summer, school starts on Monday, and everything is about to change for me. For those who don't know, I'm Izzy. I'm an author and I also make videos on YouTube. I've been going to community college part time for the last few years, pursuing an Associates of Applied Science in Simulation and Game Development. If you weren't aware, an Associates of Applied Science is different than like a transfer associates. You don't take most of the gen eds that you would for a transfer associates, and you take a lot more specialized classes. So while I'm almost done with this degree and was actually supposed to finish it and graduate in this coming spring, I can't actually take this degree anywhere to expand on when I'm done. That was all right for me when I first started going back to school. Game development sounded interesting and fun, and like a degree that I could really focus on. And besides, I have a lot of baggage when it comes to college. So here's a little bit of backstory about that. I enrolled in an anthropology bachelor's at NC State University when I was 19 years old and promptly had a complete mental breakdown. My bipolar disorder came out full force and I was put on academic suspension. They told me that I could come back if I did a year at community college and proved that I was capable of taking classes again. I tried one semester at the local community college and I still couldn't hack it. I just couldn't focus in school. I couldn't do it. So I decided that I needed more of an extended break from school, and I already had a full time job at Best Buy, which might have been contributing to me not being able to focus on school. But, I was able to afford rent and groceries and living, so I decided that I was just going to be an independent adult for the first time. It was always my intention to go back. And in fact, 3 years later, I enrolled part time again, just two classes this time to see if I could do it. And I actually really surprised myself in being able to get straight A's that semester. But it was also the semester that I wrote Grave Mistake in. And I released Grave Mistake in the January following that semester ending, and it was a pretty instant success. All thoughts of finishing school just completely left my mind. Well, that's annoying. My microphone just died. This video isn't about my author career though, so we're going to skip ahead a few years. I started thinking about school again. I started thinking about wanting to get a degree, but I was also a little scared of pursuing an actual bachelor's. So I found myself scrolling through the list of programs on my local community college's website, seeing what they had available. And that's when I first saw the Associate in Applied Science for Simulation and Game Development. This seemed awesome, so I signed up, and I've been killing it ever since, getting straight A's every semester so far. Last semester, something started tickling at my brain though. I knew I didn't want to get a job at a game development studio, and I was also growing disappointed in the quality of the classes I was taking. I felt like I was learning more about game development in my free time outside of class than I was learning actually in class. And there was another truth to my educational history that I had kind of been avoiding the entire time. Remember how I said I enrolled in an anthropology degree at NC State? Yeah, that was not the degree that I wanted. My entire life, I've been writing stories, and the truth was, I wanted an English degree with a creative writing concentration. Now, you've probably heard the myth that an English degree is the worst degree you can get, it's the most useless, blah, blah, blah. Well, everyone in my life was telling me that at the time. They said that it wasn't a responsible degree and that I wouldn't be able to get a good job if I got it. So I enrolled in anthropology. It seemed like a responsible enough degree while still being interesting to me, and I figured I could get a job at a museum and have a somewhat reliable life and write books on the side. Funny how life works out. I did not finish that degree, and I have had anything but a reliable life. Sometimes I wonder if I would have had an easier time sticking with school if I had just gone for that English degree from the very beginning. I still want that creative writing degree. I never stopped wanting it. So, about 2 months ago, I had two separate discussions, one with my therapist and one with my fiance. And the long story short of it is that I changed my major. I am no longer pursuing simulation and game development, and I am now in a generic transfer associate in the arts. And I am terrified. So yeah, I am chasing that English degree. It starts on Monday, and I am giving it my all. I am really scared, to tell the truth. You know, what if these classes are much harder than the game development classes I've been taking? What if I can't keep up? What if I do keep up and I make it through the associates and I can't get into a bachelor's program? You know, these are all valid fears in my opinion. But I used to be the girl that ran forward in the face of fear. The girl that felt if it scared you, it was probably the most worthwhile thing you could do. And I think part of that girl still lives in me. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to run forward in the face of fear and go after my dreams. Wish me luck. All right. Thank you so much for listening today. If you liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean the world to me. Y'all have a great week. Bye.